Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us here at Transwest Truck Trailer RV of Frederick, Colorado. My name is Michaela. This morning we are running through a custom build with you guys. So this one is not available, but if you guys are custom building your own trailer, this is going to be a great video to watch and reference all of these options. This one is very loaded out. I love it. All of my coworkers have loved it when they seen it pull up on the lot. So it's just got a lot of really cool features. But before we get to these features here in person, I'm gonna go and pull up that drawing and just run through those numbers together with you guys. This one we went standard height and standard width. So we're looking at 6'10" wide and 7'1" tall. We did add a little bit of length on this one to get your trainer's tack with your separate dressing room. So we're looking at a floor length of 23 feet 6 inches, just your standard 8'2" nose on this one as well. So really great, manageable runaround size, but jam-packed with some super cool features. So let's get to this trailer here and check it out. Starting at my favorite part, of course, is always the tack rooms on these trailers. This one here, we did that side easy tack on this one, where it also builds you a shelf in your dressing room on the other side. So we've got two doors right here that open up, a good 50-50 split, really large doors right here. We'll start here and work our way through. So we did fully carpet this entire tack room, including both doors. So we've got our full carpet here. We've got one row of bridle hooks up high. So you're gonna get your hanging storage up there. Really nice if you're gonna, like, just your go-to everyday bridles could be hung up right here, quick grab. Or you don't even climb in this tack room to grab them right there. And then two brush trays. You guys know I love these brush trays. I probably should take a picture of my brush tray at home and then post it on my social media for you guys to check out and see exactly how I use it. I've only got one, so having two is just phenomenal. So much extra storage because mine is jam-packed. It's a great spot for all of your brushes because you're going to tie up right here, come over here, grab your brushes, fly spray, mane and tail detangler. I've got rubber bands in there. I've probably got some Chicago screws loose in there. I've got horse treats, probably a lot of dirt as well. And the great part is that they do have drain holes in them. So when you do spill or you need to clean them out, you guys can just, especially with it swinging out right here on your door, just come over here with the hose, drain those out, wash them out, they'll drain out, dry out, and then ready to use again. So easy to keep those clean, and you've got two of them right there. And then right inside this post right here, we have a light switch. This is gonna be working our interior light up there. We've got two bright Opti-Bright LEDs right there. Our switch is gonna be right inside this door. While you guys are up there, we've got another very long row of bridle hooks, tons of good hanging space up there. You guys can see it is a little bit taller. We're still only 7'1" tall in this one, so we are standard. I am 6 feet tall. You guys know when you use your bridles, you can just grab the headstall, kind of pinch it together and pick them up off of there pretty easily. You do have a way to manipulate them, but we did option this guy with two fold down steps. So when you do need to get down in there, you can grab the side of your trailer and step up in there and grab your bridles this way as well. So very easy to reach them, and they've got the light shining right on them there. So very good visibility inside of there. And then down below, you've got 6 saddle racks on this one. So he wanted extra saddle storage space in there. Sounds kind of like me, more saddles than you do horses, right? I've got way too many saddles. So this is perfect for just extra storage. I personally do use my trailer as my mobile tack room, so being able to just have everything here right on board. And these are fully adjustable. It's just same as all your Cimarrons you guys are used to. They are on that post back there. It's a recessed post, so it's built into the framework of the stall area. You guys could pull all these out if you wanted to. You can slide them up and down. Maybe you want to slide them up a little higher and kind of utilize that floor space in there. You slide them down a little bit lower, make them a little bit easier to reach for your children or something like that. The best part is you have options. You can use these trailers however you need to. Again, my favorite saddle racks, I say that all the time. The carpet is an excellent grip factor. And then this black piece is called their wither block. So that's going to set up in the gullet of your saddle. They do own Cimarron, being Cimarron owns that extrusion. They have modified this. They've tested trial and error and made sure it works. I can attest to that, you guys. I bought a Cimarron here at Transwest. I bought it used as a 2017. So pre these saddle racks, and before I even took it home, I did an electric jack and I changed out these saddle racks. And I've never had a saddle fall off. So I can tell you guys from personal experience, these are phenomenal. Down below, we did black rubber mat flooring in this tack room. You guys can see with the length of it, we've only got 2 mats. So you've only got one seam to work with right there, but you guys can see it is a very tight seal right there, so not too much to be concerned about. If you guys did want to clean this out, super easy to just throw a blower in here or a vacuum or just a broom and sweep it out. The rubber mat is really great for that. Keep things a little bit nicer, even though you're not going to be climbing in and out too much. It's just great if you did get a little bit of dirt in there, clean it out that way. And then it was really important to my customer to have water on board. We were able to sneak a water tank in this tack room, which I think is wonderful. So you guys can see, even when we're building a 6'10" wide trailer and we're doing this different tack setup that has the built-in shelf to the dressing room, there's still enough depth right there to get you that corner water tank that you guys see on our RTG trailers. So you've got water on board, fills up at top. You've got a spigot right here. And my hose is hiding. You have a 10-foot hose right here that will hook onto that spigot and run all the way out your trailer. So I mentioned maybe cleaning out your brush trays with water. You already got water right here to do that. You get stuck in traffic, you can water your horses. You've got water on board. You go to a trailhead, you go to a jackpot rodeo, you're parked way in the back 40 where there's no spigots and you do not want to carry buckets from the pen all the way back to your trailer. You've got water on board. I have been in that situation, the very back of a rodeo. My horse drinks water like nobody's business, so he needed water. I had friends parked next to me that did not have water on their trailer. There's tons of water storage in here. They were able to use some of my water as well and save them the trip. And then this door out here, also carpeted, fully carpeted this entire tack room. And then you have your blanket pull right here. We did 6 on this one, also on your gas shock right there. So you guys can flip it out. Makes it super easy to grab whatever pad you want. Grab your saddles right there, grab your bridles right there, and your brush trays. Everything that you need is super accessible from the ground right here. What's great though is that if you didn't want to swing that out, there's no hardware right here to interfere with those pads. So you can very easily slide your pads on and off without having to swing that out if you didn't want to or need to or have the ability to wherever you were parked. You guys can do it that way. I have that set up on mine and I never ever swing it out. It's just too easy to slide them on and off right there. I do have another brush tray down here. So you've got 3 brush trays on this tack room. Again, just great storage space for all of your smaller miscellaneous items. That way you don't just throw them in here on the floor and have them rolling around. Just drop it in there, forget about it until you need it next time. And before we move on, I just want to point out that right now you guys can see where I'm standing. I've got my fold down steps down. I can still reach my saddles very easily. I can grab them on and off of here wherever they are without a problem. But so you guys are aware, you guys can fold these up with your doors open like that. And now you can get even closer and really easily grab your saddles like that as well. So I like to point that out so you guys know exactly how far away they are. Again, this one is 6'10" wide, so if you went 7'6", just kind of working with your space there, you would still be able to reach them because you can fold those steps up. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take this door off of my hold back. Right now it's held open. We got a little bit of a breeze here in Colorado this morning, but I wanna show you guys this mechanism right here for how your door, your secondary door opens and closes. It's got this really easy to use lever that you're just gonna pull it straight that way to open this door. I've seen some other trailers out there, I've used some other trailers out there with the same kind of door setup, but you actually have to reach in there with 2 hands, which being horse people, when do you ever have 2 free hands? And you have to pull both of these. They have like little D-rings and you have to pull both of those to get that door to release. This is so easy. 1 hand, flip it open, and all you gotta do to shut it is just push it shut. So now it's shut. If I wanna open it, again, 1 hand, it's just pulling that lever towards me and my door is open. Very, very user-friendly on these Cimarrons. Very well thought out, well designed, well engineered. These are made by horse people for horse people. I pull a Cimarron myself. I know the president of Cimarron also pulls one himself too, maybe a couple. And then this one latches with your butterfly latch right here and can be locked with your key that matches the rest of your trailer. Black sheeting on this trailer. Mine is also black. I might be a little bit biased, but I love it on this trailer. Have one 16-inch awning light right there over this tack room space. While you guys are up there, check out those marker lights as well. I've got those turned on so you guys can see, because we did upgrade and we added more of those. I always like more lights. I think it looks really sharp. But yes, extra marker lights on this one, and 2 of those big 16-inch LEDs per side. So you have your second LED right there over your tie rings, giving you visibility over this side, seeing that you're probably mostly tied on this side due to your tack room being right there. Hip side right here, we did full drops all the way down this trailer. This customer's priority was airflow. It is warmer where he lives. He wants to be able to open this trailer up and have all that air moving through all of his horses. We've got airflow dividers, we've got drops on the head side, we've got an insulated roof on all Cimarrons, we've got roof vents, and we've got drops on our hip side. So air is going to be moving through this trailer. If you don't need them drops down, you do still have your built-in bus windows that you can use. Like right now, probably wouldn't be dropping my windows down here in Colorado. You guys can just crack those open and still get a little bit of air in there. Down here, we do have an amber turn signal on each side. They do also work with your brake lights. When you step on your brakes, those will light up. I think the more the drivers are around you are aware of what you're doing, the better. So nice to have that extra indicator light right there. Now this trailer is air ride suspension, so that is a game changer. Mine is not, but I've hauled with air ride trailers. They pull phenomenally, and all I've heard from our customers is how much they love the air ride. We've actually had customers, one of our recent trade-ins had a little bit of a ding somewhere on the side of his trailer. He told us the air ride is so smooth, he forgot his trailer was back there and he turned a little too sharp one time. So that is a testament right there to how smoothly these guys pull. Just think that if you aren't feeling it, your horses aren't either. They are back here floating on clouds. So this customer really wanted the air ride under his. He's got 2 7,000-pound Dexter Airflex axles. And we did black spoke rims to go with your black skin trailer right there. We did upgrade to load range G tires as well. A little bit beefy tire under there versus your standard E. We'll keep working our way back and check out what we got back here. We did do 60/40 rear doors back here. I mentioned that rear ramp earlier. Also got a lot of cool features back here. This one is so cool. I love this one. So right here, 60% door. This is going to work really well when you don't want to open up your rear tack. You don't need to open up your rear tack. You got your hands full and you just need to load a couple horses. All you got to do is worry about opening one door. They work independently, so you can open one or the other, doesn't matter. And then they have a weather strip seal that will seal that gap no matter which door is closed first or second. Added the rear ramp. I personally am a firm believer in rear ramps. I love them just because I have an irrational fear of a horse backing out and slipping a leg under a trailer. So my boys are used to loading on ramps. They love ramps. I love ramps. Also because of the versatility aspect. If you wanted to fold that rear tack out of the way, we've got divider holdbacks on this one, so we can open up all those dividers. We could throw an ATV in here, a side-by-side. You've already got a ramp to load them. You could do mares and foals. If you had an injured horse that needed to go to the vet, because that seems to happen to me a lot, it's a lot easier for them to climb up ramps versus step up. Whatever you guys need, it's just extra versatility right there, getting in and out. Before we get into the stall area, we'll take a look at our 40% over here. This customer saw that on his drawing, there was kind of an extra unused space back here, and he asked what we could do with that space. Well, this is what we came up with. A folding rear tack wall. This wall does collapse out of the way, but as you guys can see right now with it open, extra storage space. So kind of like a dirty tack broom closet setup, meaning this spot has worked really well for me in the past to use a muck tub back here. Because you have to clean up after yourself at trailheads and fairgrounds and that sort of thing. You're at a friend's house, you want to take your manure home, this is a perfect spot for your muck tub. Pitchforks, brooms, you guys can throw some hay back here, shavings, grain, anything like that that you don't want in that beautiful carpeted tack room goes right here. We do have an OptiBrite light in here, so you had the visibility within this wall right here. And then on our 40% door, we did a row of bridle hooks. So if you wanted to hang your pitchforks or your brooms from there, wanted to hang some extra halters back here, that's a great spot for just in case of emergency halters. It's got the fully kick mat behind it, so when you do hang stuff on there, you're not scraping against your white sheeting. You're bouncing off kick mat right there, so protects your trailer, protects your equipment, keeps it quieter for your horses in here. But then this tack room also folds over. And I'll just, oh, I got my gloves on, a little bit slippery there, especially because this trailer was washed for our video. But AR latches top and bottom. Just like to demonstrate and show you guys how easy this is and what it will look like folded over. It's gonna fold in, and then it's gonna fold over. You've got your pin up here that latches it right into place right there. So that's what that looks like folded over. You guys see how easy I did that? I take one glove off, but I had my clipboard because you're always gonna have something in your hand. You can do it one-handed and fold it up out of the way, and now you have this big space right here. If you did need to run a mare and a foal in here, or if you've got a wider horse back here that needed a stall and a half, you guys have that option now. So inside of this stall area, I talked about airflow being important. We have the airflow slash bar type dividers. It will read bar type on our spec sheets. That's what these are. We also did padded dividers on this one. The padded dividers are great for comfortability for your horses, but also eliminating that aluminum streak that they will get. My horse gets it every time, because every time I haul him, he's sleepy and he leans up against the dividers and he ends up with a big black streak down his side. So that kind of eliminates that and just makes it more comfortable for them, knowing that I can attest to that. My horse leans on the dividers like crazy. And then we did add holdbacks as well. So this customer wanted to be able to travel with all of his dividers open or clip them open as needed. That one doesn't quite reach right there. I think that's probably because when the rear tack is open, it's supposed to clip together. But it will clip open to that rear tack right there. And then all of them have a divider or a D-ring and a clip on them to hold them open. So as we go, these dividers are spring loaded as well. So they do, even though we're on a little bit of a slope, a very small slope, they still want to open for you right there. So it makes it real easy loading and unloading when they want to stay open, and you're not trying to hold them open as you take your horses in and out. And then up front, we did a stud wall up front on this one. Always nice to have a stud wall up front, even if you're never going to haul a stud, you don't have horses that kick, you don't think you're ever going to use it. When you have that escape door up there, it's so nice to have as extra storage, just in case you only need to take 2 or 3 horses somewhere, but you needed to take extra hay, grain, shavings. You guys can throw all that up there and it's not going to come underneath right here. Also works great if you did need to haul like a pony. They could go up there and not crawl under the divider. If you did have a stud, you did have a mare like to kick, you have that wall there as protection. And then we did do padded up on the partition wall as well. So you'll have padding on both sides on all of your dividers. And then up here is going to be our escape door. We'll have to open it from the outside, but that's that door to the outside right there. You do have a chest bar with that, just as a safety feature. That way, if you were ever to open that door with a horse in here, they had that chest restraint. They wouldn't be able to get out of the trailer. And then each stall also has 3 D-rings. It does have feed bags, actually, which will probably be in the dressing room, but you have D-rings and corner feeders or feed bags at each of these stalls. So nice, because instead of being a built-in manger, you have the ability and versatility to remove them if you don't want them or need them. Also, we'll start up top. We'll take you up to the roof now. Each stall is going to have 2-way roof vents. They do work 2 different directions, and I love these roof vents because of how stout they are. And then all you have to do is squeeze down on that black piece, push it open backwards. That will pull your air out. And then push it open forwards and it draws air in. So typically what I will do is these first 2, I'll push them open forwards like this guy, pulls the air into this trailer, and then those back 2 I open backwards and it'll draw the air out. Makes for a really good airflow circulation if you don't want it all opened up like this guy is right now. Standard insulated roof on all of your Cimarrons, no matter what trailer you build. Stock trailers, horse trailers, cargo trailers, stock boxes, they all have this roof. It is like a fiberglass honeycomb type material inside. Looks the same up on top as it does in here. Has an R3 thermal value, so 20 degrees warmer in the winter, cooler in the summer, even with your black sheeting. I have a black sheeted trailer. The black sheeting itself can be warmer to the touch when it absorbs all that sunshine, but it is never hot in here. It's always very comfortable. And then you also have hail protectant. So you guys, right now, you could actually climb up on your roof and jump up and down. Nothing's gonna happen. It is dent resistant up to a baseball size hail. So that can tell you guys just exactly how structurally sound these Cimarrons are. That's only adding to it right there. And we have Optobrights over each stall. You have 4 of them in here, so we got lots of light in here. And then down to the floor, we have this beautiful brown and beige Werm flooring. I love how it brightens up this trailer. I love that, like, the airflow dividers really make it seem big. The white sheeting on the stalls make it seem big. And then the brown flooring doesn't just continue, like when you do the black, you already have your black kick mats, you have your black pads. Now you add black flooring, it just gets a little bit darker. I love how this lightens it up. This is non-porous, non-permeable, will not drain through. So it is a great protectant for your aluminum floor underneath, as well as adds an insulating factor. So we just talked about an insulated roof. This adds insulation to your floor, and then standard in all of your Cimarron horse trailers are actually lined in insulated walls. So you guys will always see the white sheeting comes flush with your kick wall and your windows here, because inside your Norstars, your horse trailers, are all gonna be lined and insulated in your stall area. So right now, with your roof, your walls, and your Werm flooring, this is a fully insulated stall area. That doesn't mean it's gonna be warmer all the time. It's gonna be warmer in the winter, but also means it's gonna be cooler in the summer. And this customer lives somewhere that's very warm, so that's important. Now you guys stay right there. I'm gonna close this door really quick. Show you guys all the lights we have on the back. We have the one 8-inch LED up there for loading and unloading. And then we also have our 4 tail lights, which standard now have this built-in reverse light. So your white X built into all 4 tail lights is standard. So you're always gonna have a reverse light. I just have them turned on right now to demonstrate, but those will not always be on unless you're in reverse. Those put off a lot of light, especially because you have them in all 4 of your tail lights. That part is now, it's not an upgrade, guys. Remember, that is standard. All of your light switches right here. So you have your left-hand side, your right-hand side, your load lights, and your interior lights all worked individually off those switches right there. We'll step around to the head side. The ramps are very light. They're very easy to lift up. I'm just not going to do it right now because of my foot, but know that they're very easy to use. Over here on our head side, we do have another 16-inch right here, 16-inch awning light over these tie rings. So if you did need to tie on this side, you couldn't tie on the other side, needed to tie right here, you still have 4 tie rings and lights over here. We have drop-down windows on this side as well, but being with your head side, you're gonna get your jail bars right there that stay in place so that your horses cannot stick their heads out as you're driving down the road. So you can travel with this part down. It does kind of pop into those sockets right there, and it will stay down as you drive. You can pop that out, and you guys can drop your jail bars very easily by just manipulating this window here till you get to those grooves and pop those out. And I'm not going to do this either, but you can stand on your running board and pull yourself up and check on your horses that way. You guys can fill your corner feeders, you can offer them some water, you could just check on them. I personally use this to untie my horses too, because if I go in there and untie them, or if I go in there to untie them, as soon as I open the divider, they start backing out, and I can't always get them untied before they cause an incident. So I always do this and untie them before I go in there and access them. So just sharing how I use my trailer. Always have options. And then if you don't want that much airflow again today, I would not have mine down. You're gonna slam your window shut. Make sure you slam it right there at your latch, but you have a built-in bus window as well. So you could just pop that open and get them a little bit of ventilation that way versus the fully dropped window. Now I say slam this because they have these rubber seals around them. They're very airtight. They're meant to push the air out as the window shuts or the door, whatever it may be. So make sure you give it a lot of good pressure. It will push that air out and it will stay closed for you guys that way. Even our escape door right here has a drop down built in as well. And then your escape door right here, I don't think it's gonna open. That's why it wasn't open earlier. We do wash these trailers before we video them, and it's obviously very chilly today in Colorado. So this is just iced shut. It's a little frozen right now, but won't have that issue when it warms up. So this will open. You'll be able to access that stud wall right there for storage, or check on your horses that way. It does have 2 different latching mechanisms. So even when this one is open, you're still gonna have to open this one as well. Now that's just a built-in safety feature, knowing that your horse could mess with this one on the other side of this door. They could be messing with it and open it. They cannot open this one. So this one will keep them in. Now, finally getting up here to our dressing room. Remember back in our tack room, we saw that kind of built out wall there, and I told you it made a shelf inside of our dressing room? Well, this is where that is. We do have a fold down step getting in and out. Climb in here and check this out. Now this is gonna be the top side of our shelf that was in the tack room. So all your bridle hooks are over there. Your saddles are underneath here. This is gonna give you a huge shelf inside of here. Did the rubber mat in there, just good protectant. This is gonna be a great spot for extra storage. You wanna throw your suitcases in here, your duffel bags, or going to a horse show, you got extra clothes. You could throw your hat cans up here. Extra tack, I've got a ton of extra cinches that could go up here. Ropes, you could throw your ropes up here. I don't know, whatever it may be, the possibilities are endless. This is so much extra storage right in here. We did do a row of bridle hooks right here as well though. If you want to hang something, you want to hang your clothes on hangers right here, that would work really well. But you also have a clothes rod over here when you want to hang up some hangers. You have that little clothes bar right below there, and then you have an additional shelf up here, which we did taper off just so you guys don't walk in and hit your head. This tapered off right there. Does still have our standard 2-inch lip with that rubber mat inside. So again, additional storage. You can never have too much storage. So great to have that in there. Going up into our nose, we do have it carpeted in here as well. Sliding bus window on each side, so you guys have the ventilation if you did need to spend the night in here. You guys could throw some sleeping bags up there, some air mattresses, and spend the night, have that ventilation. We also did an Optibrite way up in the front of the nose, because in mine this is just full of storage. But all my extra winter blankets in here. I don't have this little shelf over here in mine, so up here is all full of my ropes and saddle pads, all kinds of extra storage, tote bags. It's nice to have the light up there when you're trying to find something. You can see exactly what all you got going on up there. Pre-framed for AC, so if this customer ever wanted to add AC down the road, it's already pre-framed. Saves you a lot of labor right there to just pop that out and put an AC unit in there. Fully carpeted drop wall down into your boot box as well. So doubles as a step, getting up into your nose. Also works as a bench if you want to sit down, change your clothes or your boots. Then you get storage as well. And this is going to be our deeper option. It's an 18-inch boot box, so it's a little bit wider. And I always talk about that with our more shallow ones, the 12-inch boot boxes. You cannot fit a water bucket in there. Now you guys can see with our 18s we can. This is just opens up the mouth quite a bit more there. You guys can store a lot of good stuff in there. Or it is called a boot box. You could store all of your shoes in there. Down on the floor of this one, we did do the gray rubber in here, just because this is more of your dressing area, expecting you are going to be climbing in this one a lot more. You're going to have either muddy or wet, snowy boots climbing in and out. This floor is seamless, really keeps it nice. And then if you want to throw down a towel or something to soak it up, you could do it that way. Super easy to keep clean. I love the gray rubber upgrade right there. We did have an Optibrite right here as well as we step out, and our light switch is the same location. It's always right inside your door. But we've got lots of good lights on this one. We did upgrade a lot of lights on here. And we did opt for the big 42-inch door on this dressing room as well. Makes your life a lot easier when you are carrying stuff and moving stuff in and out, to have that extra large oversized door there. And again, with our doors, they have the rubber seal. You're going to want to make sure you slam them. And a little trick, if you're having trouble getting these slammed, I always tell people, crack that bus window open. In here, you're just going to slide it open a little bit and then give it a good slam. That will give the air somewhere to go. makes it easier to slam shut, and then you can just close it right there. And our second 16-inch awning LED light up there. Tons and tons of lights on this one. We did do the 53-inch drop wall on this one as well. Again, 50-inch is standard, so 53 is an upgrade. We tend to do that on all of our runaround trailers as inventory. So no, if you order one, standard is 50. 53 is going to give you that extra clearance over your bed rails and still allow this trailer to ride level. I've actually seen that a lot on Facebook lately. Our customers, or just people in general, you know, posting on Facebook asking what to do with their older trailer and their newer truck, that now their older trailer has to ride like this to get clearance over these new trucks that keep getting taller and taller. Well, if you build a Cimarron, you can go 53 inches right here, which is going to eliminate that problem for you. Electric jack on this one, so we can control it over here, push of a button. Does have a manual override if something were to happen. You guys can crank this up and down. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get that out either because it's frozen in the ice, but your handle stores over there and it will come out when it's not frozen in there. And you're gonna pump this up and down. When you do need to drop it, there's gonna be this little mechanism over here, because right now if you pump it, it's only gonna go up. If you wanna pump it and lower it, you're gonna pull that straight out and give it one turn towards your trailer. I'm gonna do it with my gloves. Once you pull it and twist it, it will stay out, and then you pump it and it will go down that way. We have an aluminum battery box right here. It does have the matching key for the rest of our doors and windows, so you guys can lock that. We did upgrade and add a second battery because this trailer does have air ride. We wanted to have 2 batteries. We got so many lights and air ride, never hurts to have 2. We have our battery disconnect over here. Right now it's turned on. You guys turn that off when you're done with it. When you park this trailer, make sure you turn that off. That way is going to protect your batteries. That way you don't kill it and have to crank your jack up and down. The air ride box is contained within this aluminum battery box. It's got an on-off switch and then a raise and a lower. We did keep it aired down for this video, so it was easier for me to climb in and out of stuff with my foot. Super easy to use. It's got its own onboard compressor and it's auto leveling. So when you do load your horses, you will hear it kick on. We typically will tell our customers to load before you turn that on, because it will air your trailer up about 4 inches. It's gonna make that ramp a little bit steeper. So load your horses, turn this on, give it about 60 seconds before you pull out of the driveway. All you gotta do is turn it to on and turn it to raise, which is when it faces down right there. When you're done with it, if you guys stop for food, stop for fuel, stop and take a lesson for a couple hours, show a horse, something like that, don't really need to worry about it. When you're gonna park it for the night or for a while, you do wanna turn it off, turn it to lower, and then come down here and drain the air out of your system. So all you're gonna do is pull this black cable straight towards you. There's no air in it right now, so you won't hear anything. But when you pull it straight towards you, it opens that dump valve and it will drain all the air out of your system. That is important because we don't wanna leave air in our lines, especially when the weather in Colorado does what it does like this. It's gonna cause condensation, which then adds water to your lines. We don't want water in our air lines. So just make sure you drain that right there. There's that handle right there. And then right here you have a little home for your 7-pin. That will plug right in there. Full-size matching spare tire, mounted up high right here to fit that jack in there, because we are 6'10" wide on this trailer. So that was a lot going on right there. Again, it was a custom build, but I like to show you guys all the options that you can do on these trailers. This is a 2025 Cimarron Norstar, black sheeted, all kinds of loaded options on this one. This customer is getting an 8-year structure warranty with Cimarron, and then 3-year nose to tail and 1 year on sealants. This customer does not live in state. Again, he lives somewhere where it's much nicer than this right now. He does not have to bring his trailer all the way back here to have any warranty work done. Cimarron is phenomenal to work with in their warranty department. They will find him a shop out west where he lives and get him taken care of out there. So just know, when you have that warranty, it does not need to come back here, guys. But if you have any questions, you want to build a trailer similar to this, you want to change a couple things, you want to make one of these yourself, I would love to work with you guys and help you out. Please reference this stock number so we know what build sheet we're working off of. It's 5N241541. Again, my name is Michaela Hall. My personal cell phone you guys can call or text is 303-918-6367. And then my email, michaela.hall@transwest.com. I would love to help you guys out with your custom Cimarron build. Have a great rest of your Friday. Enjoy the weather, and we'll see you next week.